Some NBA players are like family, but some hate each other. Real NBA fans know Kevin Garnett has to be somewhere on this list. Dude hates everyone. Carmelo Anthony, Ray Allen, everyone. But based on his out-of-pocket trash talking, he might hate a guy named Charlie Villanueva the most. It all started back in 2010. Garnett's Celtics played the Charlie's Pistons in November. Both of them were shining on the court, but I guess KG just couldn't handle a guy 8 years younger than him, making him look like a little boy. So he decided to tell him something so nasty that Doc River had to pull him off the court, and KG fought everyone who tried to get between him and Villanueva. So what did KG say to make dude go crazy? Villanueva tweeted that Kevin Garnett called him a cancer patient. Dang, that's not even funny, man. That's just sad. But I guess KG knew it would hit home because Villanueva has alopecia. And I can't lie, the dude is bald and he has no eyebrows. But anyways, Garnett came back at him and said that he didn't call him a cancer patient, but what he did say was even worse. My comment to Charlie Villanueva was in fact, you are cancerous to your team and our league. Damn. I honestly think I'd rather get made fun of for having alopecia than being called a cancer to the whole league. But then Villanueva had to come back at him with the last word. And he says, KG talks a lot of crap. He's probably never been in a fight. I would love to get in a ring with him. I will expose him. They never got in the ring, although it have been one hell of a giant fight, and Garnett denied calling Charlie a cancer patient. But to date, over a decade later, these two dudes still got it out for each other. Let's talk about some cancers in the league who actually matter. Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. This all started when Michael Jordan became the top dog in a city he isn't even from. You see, Isaiah Thomas was born and raised in Chicago, and even though he played for the Pistons, Chicago still claimed him until MJ joined the Bulls and made Chicago forget about Isaiah faster than your ex forgot about you. By MJ's first All-Star game in 1985, Isaiah had convinced some other NBA stars to ice him out, giving him less than 10 minutes of playing time. Damn, dude was really out here being petty because he knew he couldn't hold a candle to MJ. This dude was so petty that when he accidentally ended up in an elevator with MJ, he wouldn't even speak. Eventually, after an awkward pause, MJ said, "Hello." And Isaiah didn't even have the nuts to respond to his face, but he did gossip like a little girl to everyone else in the league, calling Jordan cocky for not speaking to him. What? How are you not going to say a word to someone and then call them cocky? Man, Zeke was tripping so hard on MJ for no reason. And in '92, MJ snapped and decided to teach him a lesson. MJ was clouded by that point. So when the US Olympic basketball team wanted him on the roster, he told them he wasn't interested unless Isaiah Thomas was dropped. And I guess he wasn't the only one who didn't want to play with Thomas, because Charles Barkley told the coach that he didn't want to play with Isaiah either. Dang. This dude really got iced out of playing in the Olympics because of his own petty bullish. You know what I mean? Their beef did make some epic battles on the court though. The Pistons even had to make a defensive strategy just for Jordan, and they literally called it the Jordan rules. And it worked so well that it got the Pistons all the way to an NBA championship in 1989 and 19. Man, I hope you were alive back then if you're a Pistons fan, because a Pistons championship is definitely not something you're ever going to see again. It wasn't until 1991 that the Bulls came up with their own counterplay for the Jordan rules and won the title. Just a few years later then, the Pistons couldn't even get past the second round of the playoffs. And now, well... But this was in the 90s, back before we put Grandpa in the nursing home because he wouldn't shut up about how good the Bulls were. And even though this is ancient history, Isaiah Thomas and MJ are still beefing. Zeke still gets on some podcasts every now and again and says some really nasty stuff about MJ, while Jordan went ahead to call Isaiah Thomas an asshole on his documentary The Last Dance. I think these old heads should just take their dentures out and maybe go to bed. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why these old dudes just can't seem to be quiet, like Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes. These two were teammates, but their beef was strictly off the court. In 2015, Matt Barnes drove 95 miles just to beat Derek Fisher's ass. And it was for the dumbest reason ever. Derek Fisher was sleeping with Matt's wife, Gloria. But hold on, Matt and Gloria had been separated for months and were living in different houses. Do you think Derek was wrong for this? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, 8 years later, the two of them are cool now anyways. But I will say, even though Matt says it's cool, His eyes give him away whenever anyone mentions Derek Fisher, especially now that Derek and Gloria are engaged. Yeah, crazy how these dudes are beefing over a woman, especially one who would cheat on you with your friend. At least Damian Lillard and Jordan Poole are keeping it on the court like men. It all started when the Warriors were playing the Blazers early in Jordan's career. He was only on the floor because of a few of the Warriors' main guys were out due to injury. Mid-game, Poole got one hell of a three-pointer on Damian. Pretty impressive. But where he messed up was when he started running his mouth at Damian. And not just once. Poole was in Lillard's ear all night long. Pause. I meant on the court all night long. There is a difference, but maybe not, because dude really had Damian on the court acting feisty, and he ended up scoring 40 points on the Warriors even though his team lost. But by the next time they met, it was different. The Blazers were playing at home, and Poole was on the bench trying to get Damian all riled up. When Damian told Poole to shut up, Poole said, "Shut me up." And Damian took that one personally because he scored 60 points and the Blazers won. Man, the drama goes deeper though. Draymond Green and Damian Lillard were cool, and Lillard told Draymond that he didn't like Poole. Maybe it's not a coincidence that Draymond ended up punching Jordan in the face in October 2022. I think Draymond has the wrong idea, though. The best way to win a beef isn't with words. Dre should take notes on how LeBron James did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I gotta say, I love to see two GOATs duking it out to see who's king. But when one is in his 30s and still postering dudes in the NBA, and the other is twice his age and only wears knitted sweaters, it's kind of obvious from the jump who's going to win. But here's the thing though, despite these two legends being from completely different eras, they competed for the same accolade to be the all-time points leader in the NBA. Kareem held the record for decades and it seemed like no one would ever break it. Everyone said it and it seems Kareem also believed it. Even his old teammate, Magic Johnson, confirmed that he was holding on to that record like a baby to food. So when LeBron began closing in on it, he didn't hide his disdain for the king. Yeah, he'd probably not admit it, but for years, Kareem always never seemed to be impressed by anything LeBron did. Dude even got bitter about his celebration at a point. Shouldn't you be more concerned about how you'll keep all 7 feet of you walking and upright at age 76? And on LeBron's side? Well, he didn't care about the old man, and he was never shy about mentioning it to the press. Eventually the day came and LeBron passed Kareem's 4-decade-old record. The old man clearly wasn't happy about it. No matter how hard he tried to fake it, you could tell. Kareem's reactions were so out of pocket on the night LeBron broke his record that he literally became a meme. But did King James give a damn? Didn't look like it. And why would he? Unless Kareem comes out of retirement to score a couple more buckets, LeBron has won the beef forever. One more pair of haters before I go. Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul. What these two have is the most outspoken beef possible that started in 2008 when both dudes went for Team USA Olympic tryouts. CP3 got called up, Rondo didn't, and he acted like a total baby when he didn't get picked. When the two faced off during the Hornets vs Celtics game the following season, Rondo decided to lick his wounds by trash-talking, telling CP3, "I've got a ring and you're never gonna win one." Dang, that must have struck a nerve from when someone bullied his kids at school by telling them the same thing. Things got heated between them that day, but the real showdown wasn't until a decade later when Chris Paul and Rondo faced off again, this time for the Rockets and Lakers. First, it was trash talking. Next thing anyone knew, it was a full-blown fight, right there on the court on live TV. It took so many other ballers getting involved to even calm the situation down, and even after that, it was nuts. Personally, I want to see a rematch of that 2019 brawl to see who comes out on top. What do you think? Peace.